Welcome to Fostering Blooms, the podcast where we dig deep into gardening and all the ways it can enrich your home and life.
Together, we'll explore every aspect of gardening the organic way, keeping it simple, accessible, and fun.
Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting your hands in the dirt, we're here to share the tips and insights you need to grow something truly special. I'm Shannon Foster-Boleen.
And I'm Caitlyn Blum, and we're two friends on a mission to cultivate beauty, creativity, and connection through everything we grow.
This is Fostering Blooms.
Shannon, what the hell are we going to do with all these grapes?
Yes, that's what you said to me.
This was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This is how this started, yesterday. We're walking through the half dahlia and zinnia field / grape vineyard and looking at all these grapes going, what am I going to do with all these? I usually just feed them to the goats. And I don't know. Let me think on it.
And you know what I did?
You thought on a little too much.
I did. And I asked ChatGPT, how easy is it to make grape juice out of wine grapes? And it was like, oh, so easy.
Oh, gotcha, girl.
So I was like, hey, we're recording tomorrow. Just bring me a couple pounds of grapes.
Yeah, bring me 2-3 pounds of grapes. I was like, okay, which that is, I guess, about what I brought.
Yeah.
It was a massive bucket. To me, I was like, this is way more than 2-3 pounds, Shannon. Here you go.
Yeah. So she showed up and thought, oh, I'm just going to hand these over and we're going to go record. And Beth was like, hey, I'm making dinner. And then it became, well, let's just pluck these grapes.
Let's just do it. Okay, well, let's just make it. You're like, the juice is real easy. Things escalated very quickly, as they normally do.
Yep. So there we were, standing there, peeling off grapes, and spiders were running out of them. So just so you know.
Yeah, it's one of the hazards of grape plucking.
Who knew? I didn't.
I guess we're here right now to tell you about our experience and our grape rabbit hole that we went down.
Yeah, and why it's fun to do these things together, and how sometimes when you have produce that you think you don't even want, that somebody else can get you thinking differently about it.
Absolutely.
Really, it really wasn't that bad. It was fun. Like we were pulling grapes off, talking about stuff, rinsing them off and fighting off spiders. And so then we plucked them all and put them in a big sauce pot.
Well, we rinsed them first.
Yeah. And put, two cups of water. Well, it took us a while to measure it because we didn't start off with a weight. It was like, oh, we probably should
measure all of this and see how much we have. And we had multiple bowls and scales. And zero the scale. No, zero the scale again.
Do this. Put it in this bowl. Anyways, I mean, it was a little off the cuff, so...
Every bit of it was spontaneous. From the minute the bucket entered the house, we didn't know what we were doing or what we were getting ourselves into.
Yeah.
So it ended up being 1.7 pounds of grapes fully that we put in the saucepan.
Yeah. And then we went ahead and put the water in. And I guess we probably could have used a little bit less water, but I think it was the right amount.
It was really thick.
Yeah.
When we finished it.
It was.
Okay, so then what did we do
So
afterwards?
then I put the lid on it and turned it up to kind of a medium to start it off with, and then turned it up to like a medium high and got it boiling. And then I went ahead and took the lid off and turned it down a little bit because it may have possibly overflowed a little bit while we were eating dinner. There might have been a tiny bit of overflow.
Did it?
It did.
You didn't say
just
anything.
A little bit. No, I was being really
Why are we
cool.
whispering?
Because I don't want to get in trouble and mess up our stove.
I'm going to use a Brillo pad on your stove.
Oh my God,
to get the grape juice.
No. Oh God.
So was it a lot of spillage?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Maybe just like a quarter cup. It wasn't bad. But I just went to check it.
Up real quick.
I had good timing though. It was like cook instinct timing because it just started to happen when I walked over there.
Okay. So be careful.
So once I got it boiling, I turned it down to like a heavy simmer. And I used a little bit of a potato masher just to kind of mash the grapes up. Even though they'll kind of burst open on their own, I thought it can't hurt anything, right? Yeah. So I just used a potato masher. And then I boiled, heavy simmer, light boil, whatever you want to call it.
I like
for
that
10
heavy
minutes.
simmer.
Heavy simmer.
Because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a heavy simmer.
It's very visual.
Right.
For 10 minutes.
Yes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then after that is done, we pulled it off. And that was when the real fun began. Because then we put it in the food mill.
Yes.
Which you bought me for the purpose of making tomato sauce.
Yeah. I was like, I'm buying you a food mill. You're going to need this for us. I mean, it's good to have one. I've always wanted one, and you needed it immediately, maybe.
Yeah, no, I totally needed a food mill. You know, the thing is that we got it for the tomato sauce, and then, I mean, I already know this. It just takes so many tomatoes to do a sauce, and it didn't come out as thick as it could have because I didn't cook it all the way down. I could have cooked it down more, but then instead of like 4 jars, we would have 2.
It's crazy. Is it because of the
Just
liquids?
Yeah, it really is. But that's a whole other thing.
You're right. I won't.
But anyways, intent of this was like, okay, well, we're just going to make some grape juice, right?
Yeah.
So put it in the food mill. Kate's doing a great job at the food mill. And we take all the pulp. She's like, let my man hands squish all this together in some cheesecloth. So I take it out of the food mill, and basically in the process of trying to get it into the cheesecloth out of the food mill, what did I do?
The whole cheesecloth in the center of the mill plopped in the middle of our fresh juice. And we just laughed. We're like, oopsie. I was like, we'll just strain it again, but you saved it.
Yeah, I did. I kind of was able
out.
to get it out. And we were going to strain it again anyways. Then we put the cheesecloth over a fresh bowl and put the juice. And she started to pour that on. And I mean, I had that cheesecloth so tight.
Real taut.
It was like a drum.
It was a drum. You're like, this is not going to fall in there now.
That's right.
I'm ready. And it was just like taut across the bowl. And the liquid grape juice just like skids across the top and like doesn't go through the cheesecloth.
So I guess the moral of the story is that you don't have to be very good at what you're doing to get grape juice.
Absolutely
And
not.
we probably would have had a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup more if we hadn't had some incidences. Incidences. We had all been guessing what we would get. But anyways, we'll tell you at the end how many cups we got.
Gotta keep listening.
So again, 1.7 pounds. You think right now, gentle listener, how many cups? Gentle listener, how many cups of grape juice will we get? Email us. Tell us what you thought.
Gentle listener.
Maybe you'll get a prize if you get it right.
We'll send you some grape juice.
Get some grape juice, but it'll be a little bit less than you would have gotten because we would have spilled it, bottling it to send it to you.
Because we had some oopsies. Made a poopsie.
Yeah. Okay, so finally we got it through the cheesecloth, but then we had some good, juicy, pulpy stuff.
So we're putting it through this cheesecloth, and I'm like, we're debating jellies, jams. We're talking about jellies and jams. I'm like, Shannon, like, there's no way we can discard this stuff. It's really nice pulp. I mean, I was like, this is going to make some good jam. I'm such a good to the last drop. Like, I squeeze the shit out of some shit. Anything I'm got to put through a cheesecloth, I'm getting every little bit out.
Yep.
And we're like, we need to save this. So we saved about a cup of the pulp. And
with a little bit of juice. Like, it's not just pulp.
No,
it's like
it's
pulpy, juicy.
What would you, it was like baby food consistency.
Yeah,
would
it
you
really
say?
was. Yeah.
So that's going to be some good shit.
She started bringing up, oh, this would be good jam. And I'm like, well, technically it's jelly because you make jelly with the juice. And the jam, you have to have the actual fruit in it. And the pulp, this is so fine that it's more like maybe in the jelly. Well, let me look at it. And I'm like, let me look at a jelly recipe. Because maybe I should make jelly with it. Because juice isn't enough. Because we're supposed to make this easy.
Because it's not enough.
It's
never enough.
It's not enough just to have juice. Fresh, homemade, off the grapevine.
From the vineyard.
Right. Grape juice.
It's not enough, Shannon.
And it's
never is.
It's not even table grapes. This is a wine grape.
These are like winemaking grapes.
Yes.
That the goats have enjoyed previously. What a happy accident that you, God darn it, Shannon, you sent us down a rabbit hole again. Bring me a couple of pounds of grapes.
Let's see what happens.
Get us going. It doesn't take much, does it? Oh, God.
So now we're going to reveal the big reveal.
All right, gentle listener, are you ready?
7 1/4 cups of juice and 1 cup of pulpy juice.
I think that
It's crazy.
I was guessing like, oh, we're gonna get like 2 or 3 cups.
No,
not
you
even
said
2.
you said 3 or 4.
Okay, yes, I said 3 or 4. I said at least 4.
Yeah, Beth thought we were gonna get less than that.
She said a cup,
Like a cup.
like a cup.
Like a cup. was like, oh God. But I don't blame her
hope
because
not.
I always complain, well, like today.
The tomatoes.
Yeah, and today I pressure canned for the first time. I pressure canned some of the Monte Gusto green beans and a little bit of the Romanos. And, you know, it was like I had a huge bowl full of beans. And by the time I took out the ones that were a little bit like
Yankee.
yeah, and trimmed everybody and everything, I ended up with 4 pint jars of beans.
It's really not a lot.
It's not a lot.
And like, God.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I mean, I'm sounding like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. It's 4 jars of beans I would have had otherwise.
Yeah.
And I also ended up with a big pile that I put in a stock pot and cooked down and I'll have like over the next couple days. But the thing about it is that it always takes more food to produce than you think.
Absolutely.
And that's always the lesson that I come back to is like when you go to the store and you just buy a can of like pinto beans, you know how many beans it takes to get that like 1 can, you know, it's crazy. Just don't realize. So yeah, we really estimated what we thought. I mean, I was surprised. I was hoping for 6 cups and when we ended up with almost 8, well, over 8 really.
A little over 8 cups.
That's exciting.
And then we're looking at it and I was like, well, I mean, do we want to do
Jelly?
Go for it? Jelly?
It's going to be jelly.
Okay. We're going to
Gonna
have
be
jelly.
So probably 8 to 9 half pints of jelly. I will tell you in my experience that so many times I read these recipes and they're like, it makes 4 pints and it's like 7 or 3, or it's not always right. And
yeah.
sometimes it's just because the way maybe you are cutting the produce or packing or whatever. So we'll see how accurate that 8 to 9 is.
Interesting. I wrote all this down. I was like, we need to be writing all this down so we know, because this is 1 bucket of grapes. There's probably 2 more buckets of grapes. And I'm talking like it was a silver bucket of grapes.
It's your milking pail, basically.
It's my silver stainless steel milking pail. I think it's a 2 or 3 gallon. It's not a 5-gallon bucket. That's not what we're filling up.
I mean, it produced 1.7 pounds after we plucked it. And we weren't plucking like perfect pluckers. We were just
pulling them off. The really green ones.
Yeah.
But some of the ones we left off, we could have put in.
Probably.
We tested it. It was so tasty and it was tart, but it was still sweet.
I know. I love the flavor. The flavor reminded me of, it would be like sour cherry juice, how it's that tart, soury, kind of sweet flavor, but in a grape version. I thought it was delicious. So I'm very excited. I am watching my sugar intake, and so we're gonna do a lower sugar version, which I think I'm gonna like better. My peach jam I've been making, I've been doing lower sugar.
It needs it. My sugar levels of what I need have gone down. Like I'll just have herbal tea now without any honey.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't like. You know, you get used to the taste of things without needing to enhance them because they're fresh or whatever.
Right.
Like this grape.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited. We've got more grapes and we're going to do another batch. But I think part of it is just kind of what I want this episode to be about. It's just the fun of taking something you didn't expect to do anything with and turning it into something that you can enjoy. And then Caitlyn was like, we're going to put it in our Christmas basket.
Yeah. I was like, Shannon, realistically, how many jars of jam do we actually need per family for the rest of the year? We can make a whole nother batch of this and we haven't even touched the muscadine grapes. We're going to put all these in our Christmas baskets.
Oh my God.
I think it tells you too, just get creative and try something new. We had no freaking clue what we were doing.
Yeah, we were dumping
shit all
things.
over. I mean, we screwed up at least 3 times on doing stuff. Then we had a blast.
And it came out. I mean, so far the juice is delicious.
The juice, even just by itself, was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting that body and quality.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna hold back a 1/4 cup of juice just for me to like sip on tomorrow.
You deserve it because
jamming.
You started this. You deserve your juice.
I was like, I love grape juice.
You deserve some of the juice.
And you know, the other thing is, Caitlyn came up with this idea is to try a grape shrub.
Yeah.
I actually bought some more peaches and plums yesterday just to make some more shrubs. I will tell you, if you ever start making shrubs, and if you don't know what we're talking about, with the Christmas baskets and the shrubs, go listen to our Holiday in July episode. Mm-hmm. But you start to crave that vinegar base of the shrub. Even if you're not used to it at first, after you have it a couple times, then you're like, it's so refreshing. You just start
Are you making it with apple cider vinegar?
So every fruit I use a different vinegar with. Like the peaches, I use more of like a champagne type vinegar, whereas the plums, I use a Cabernet vinegar. Different things require, or not require, but you can do different vinegars to get a different flavor out of it.
Yeah, I have the champagne vinegar. I wonder if that would be good if I just...
Peach strawberry would be great with that. The thing with the shrub, it's surprising. It's like 2 peaches and half a thing of strawberries. I mean, it doesn't take tons and tons of fruit. And I'm doing lower sugar version of that as well. Yeah. So instead of having like 15 grams of sugar and an ounce of the shrub syrup, it's like 4.
Yeah. I'm really trying to go low sugar. I said too, let's, at least for the batches that we keep, if we keep these initial ones and we put other ones in the Christmas baskets and we want to use real sugar for those, then that, or more, or whatever. Yeah. Like, I mean.
Well, one thing I will say is that just so you know, when you're making jams and jellies, you can taste the jelly essentially before you let it set. So if I taste it and it's too tart, if I think, oh, that's going to be too much for people, I can always add more in.
Yeah.
But I think all the recipes that I've manipulated with the lower sugar versions, not at all. Yeah. Like especially my peach jam, I can't imagine more sugar in it is perfect. And stay tuned because someday I'm going to tell you my secret tip on how to make the best peach cobbler jam. There's a little tiny tricky trick that I just figured out.
Oh, we're gonna hit end on this recording. You're gonna tell me.
That's right. So anyways, gentle listeners, have fun out there with your produce.
Get messy.
Yeah.
Take chances. Go down rabbit holes. You never know where they might lead you.
That's right. Well, let's go get dirty.
Let's go grab some grapes, baby.
Friends, quick update from Shannon before we let you go. Since recording this episode, I went ahead and made the jelly from our wine grapes. And let me tell you, it is not like any jelly you have ever had before. The tartness lingers while still being sweet, even with the lower sugar. And the color is absolutely gorgeous. We'll share more about it in a future episode, but we just had to let you know it turned out absolutely delicious. We're not quite sure how many of those jars will actually end up in those Christmas baskets. They're just so good, it's going to be hard to share. If you're up to your ears in zucchini and still pretending to like it raw, it might be time to hang out with gardeners who get it. If this episode made you smile, sparked an idea, or just made you feel a little less alone in your tomato avalanche, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. It helps other gardeners find us and keeps this growing little podcast blooming all season long. We appreciate you more than a perfectly ripe heirloom on toast. See you next time.